Glaive, remember, be gentle. These are matters of the heart.
Red Lo-Kag, shut the fuck up. Oi! Lachlan! Can I hear anything from the inside? Movement or anything? Ah, I see it.
Yeah, he opens the door just a crack.
What the fuck are you doing? Let me in.
I'll come outside. And he closes the door behind him.
What's going on? Just in Juniper. It's not happy bunny.
He takes a long pause, like he's listening to something. And then we broke up.
Why? And B, why are you being so weird about your house?
I'm not.
Oh, well, let's go inside then.
He takes another pause, like he's listening to something.
I'm just going to stop him before he opens the door and whisper in his ear. Slap me on the back if you're in trouble and there are people you need to get away from. And then I'll say, okay, after you.
Alright, he walks in without touching your back.
Okay.
Would you like a drink or something?
That's a bit of a silly question, isn't it, Lachlan?
Yes, of course,
I don't want you to drink. Don't worry. I brought some really nice whiskey that I bought the blacksmith as a bit of an apology, and then he bung it off. So I've got one very fine bottle of whiskey and one very fine bottle of wine. What's your poison today?
He's listening again. You can see his eyes kind of going up in his head like he's hearing something. And then he says, the whiskey, please.
Okay, so I bring out the whiskey and start pouring it, and I'll say, just give some to Lo-Kag, and I walk over to Lo-Kag, knowing he doesn't really drink that much, but offering him whiskey and saying, he keeps listening for something. Why don't you go and do a quick round of the house, see if you can see your...
Yes, my thoughts exactly.
What do you mean, Lo-Kag, you don't like my whiskey? Well, fuck off outside then, I say.
Well, fine, Glaive. I'll leave you two alone.
I pretend to be angry. And then, yeah, which is not actually difficult for Glaive. And then he's going to sit down with Lachlan and say, so, what's going on? Are you alright?
Yes, of course, I'm fine.
Well, you say of course, but then I have just seen Juniper in streams of tears. She says you broke up with her, which I know you wouldn't do for any other reason than if she was, I don't know, cheating on you with a dragon or something. She didn't go for the dragon lady, did she?
It's not her. It's me.
Oh, well, everyone loves to hear that, don't they? Alright, what is wrong with you then?
I'm just not in love with her anymore.
Try again.
No, really. That's it. She's never here. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know somebody who's never here.
You've been working hard because I know you understand this, Lachlan, so you're in trouble, clearly. You keep listening around, making sure no one can hear you. You live out in the fucking sticks, mate. Your nearest neighbour's a mile away. What's going on?
Well, what do you think is going on? What could possibly be going on?
You know, you taught me how to woodwork and we spent a lot of time together and become friends. In all that time, have you ever known me to have an intelligent thought?
Oh, Glaive, don't sell yourself short. You're plenty intelligent.
Yeah, see? Plenty, which is just enough. Right? Not more than that. So when you're asking me to work stuff out for myself, it's quite insulting. So you might as well just tell me. Are you under a spell? Are you cursed? Is someone threatening you or Juniper? Because if they are, I will rip them apart tendon by tendon and make a nice little spaghetti jigsaw puzzle that you'll never be able to put together again.
No, Glaive, I'm fine.
I know a very good Toro who is an investigator. He will get to the bottom of this. If you don't tell me the truth, I will not stop until I find out for myself, and you know that. And this investigator, Leonardo, you might know him, he's a crack investigator. He is like the best detective ever. Can I have a look around the room and see if there's anything hiding or something that looked out of place that maybe wasn't here before?
Go ahead and make an investigation.
Yeah, well, that's happening. I'll eventually make my way back into the room.
Definitely not perception then. Okay. Let's just add my -1 modifier to that. Look at me being all intelligent today.
Glaive, I'm at the door. I changed my mind. Let me have a bit of that whiskey. I hand out my cup towards him.
Come on then. I'll be right back. Have I seen anything, by the way?
You notice that all of Juniper's things are gone.
Is it Lo-Kag? And I pour him some whiskey into his hands because he hasn't got a cup. Maybe I'll just pass him the bottle.
I just pass the bottle. I take a fake swig. He has a lady friend in the back. One of his rooms. Some pretty redhead.
Redhead, does that ring a bell to you? No, me neither. Okay, I'll go back in. Oh, by the way, that Lo-Kag, he's a bit of a, demanding bastard, isn't he?
This is the girl you caught a glimpse of. Did it pop up?
Nope.
No. It's my pop-up, are you pressing show to players?
Yep.
Because mine hasn't been working either. Oh, hello.
Yep. Alright.
I'll say, never mind, Lachlan, I see exactly where you're going with it. No problem. Fuck Juniper, bye-bye. No, I won't. I'll say, by the way, you know that chisel I lent you? Where is it?
Chisel?
Yeah, I lent you that chisel. It's my favourite one. It had my name on it. Because I put it...
He listens again. Oh, time's up. Gotta go.
Bear with me. I'm just going to give him some whiskey. There you go. Have some whiskey. Go round the back and go ready at her window. So you're telling me you don't have my chisel?
I do not have your chisel.
Bollocks. I can't trust you now. I don't believe you. And I'm going to look around. I presume I would know which his bedroom was.
You would probably know, yes.
Is it this one?
It is.
Whee! Right. I'm going to look for my chisel. Oh! There is nobody here, just as I suspected.
Subtle.
Glaive, I think it's time for you guys to leave.
Alright, I'm just going to look under the bed for my chisel. I'd like to look under the bed.
Okay, roll perception. You find your chisel.
There is a chisel. Or a chisel.
How did I find my chisel? Okay, I've got my chisel. But I'm just going to check whether I left some wood in your wardrobe. I look in his wardrobe.
There's nothing in the wardrobe except his clothes.
Okay. Well, alright, Lachlan, I still think something's going on. I'm going to set Detective Leonardo on it. And I think you should at least apologise to Juniper for the way you've got rid of her. But, bye. And I'll go and find Lo-Kag.
There are no footsteps outside the window.
Okay.
Lo-Kag?
Oh, yes, sorry,
You have one shot of whiskey and you wander off. You're like a 6-year-old who's drunk whiskey.
Oh, sorry, I saw a bird. Very interesting bird. Yes, that's it, bird.
Okay. Well, bye. Come on then. Let us go back. And I start walking away.
Goodbye. I swear to you, there was a woman back there. She was a human woman. She was quite attractive for human woman standards, I suppose.
Right. Well, I'm not leaving the shadow here.
And
Well, no, dusk. I'm not leaving dusk here. No, well, something's going on. And I'd like to untie dusk. Or cut
When
the rope.
you untie Dusk, she runs to the door, growling and barking.
My glaive, look at Lo-Kag and run.
something's wrong.
What is it, Dusk? What is it? And then I'm going to burst in. Alright, you might have finished with Juniper, you never treat Dusk like that, and clearly it's not happy. Tell me what's going on. Who's the woman Lo-Kag saw in your bedroom? Tell me now.
He listens. There is no woman. Please leave.
She's communicating telepathically with you, isn't she?
There is something
Telepathically.
telepathically.
You know what I mean, in your head. She's talking in your head.
I don't know what you mean.
Nod if she's
There is
talking
no
in your
woman.
head.
I take out my weapon. Something is wrong here. Laughlin, come with us. You must leave this house.
What's
Something
Dusk doing?
has ensorcelled you.
Now the door.
Dusk is still just growling at the door.
Only Irthos was here. He could ask the dog to look for this person. I will go and help
And as Lachlan walks toward the door, Dusk backs up.
He's scared? Or...
Laughlin, something is wrong.
He's kind of taking a like a defensive stance, but he's not really scared. He looks angry, or she looks angry, like she's going to lunge at him or bite him.
I have a question. Like, Laughlin is like a captain. I mean, what is his type of role? I'm forgetting here. So
Carpenter.
He was a ranger when he was an adventurer,
okay.
and he's a carpenter. He likes woodworking, and he built the cabin, and he just kind of lives in the woods, and he likes a quiet, simple life. He was a hunter.
Okay. So he was a former adventurer. He's older. I suppose that he's relatively
Well, what is
skilled.
he? Same age as Juniper-ish, imagine.
Well, no, Juniper's much, much older. She's like 150. He's like
So she was just
maybe
rocking cradles.
in his 40s now.
I'm going to try turning that noise cancelling thing off. See if that makes any difference. Noise suppression. Okay, I'm going to walk up to him and I'm going to try and grapple him.
I will help.
Okay. Athletics.
Oh shit. Will assist. Help action.
You don't even need to assist. He is successfully grappled.
And then I'm going to say, move him. What is going on? Where is that woman? Why are you in danger? Who is she?
There is no woman. What are you talking about?
Why is Dusk so fucking scared and angry?
How should I know?
You know that dog as well as you know anyone on this planet. We got to get him out of here. Lo-Kag, tie him up.
Yes, exactly. He is not himself. We cannot trust what he says. I start tying him up.
Okay.
Ignore that spell casting. It's just.
Yeah, I was wondering why you were trying to make
All right.
shit.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not casting Sleet Storm on us. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and tie him up.
Okay. We're taking him into town. We'll take him to my house. See if that makes a difference, and if not, we'll take him to the captain.
Okay, so as you guys are starting off the porch and down the path, like, it's not really a shadow, but more of like a silvery mist just kind of crosses your path really quick, and Dusk starts growling and looking off into the direction that it went.
Get him, Dusk! Follow it!
Dusk!
And then eat them! Eat that thing! And I'll run after the mist.
I will.
Well, as quickly as it appeared, it crossed your path, it disappeared, and now Dusk is sniffing around and doesn't catch the scent of anything.
I'll walk up to him and say, do you still want to tell me there's nothing going on?
Spirits of the forest. They're here all the time.
Come on. And I'll say, well, does Dusk wear a collar? Probably not. I'll say, Dusk, come on. You can come and meet Horatio. Just don't eat him, or I'll kill you.
He follows you, or she follows you.
Oh, shit. Sorry,
Yeah,
also for using the wrong pronouns. But to be fair, you should always put them next to your name so that people are aware. Let's go!
Yes, so, yes, I keep my weapon out. Just in case. As Glaive drags Laughlin along.
Oh, I thought you were dragging him. Sorry, I'll grab him.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, yeah, I can grab him. Whatever's better. Whatever's okay. Fine. I just have my crossbow out.
I just thought because you have that thing.
I am the
stuff.
I'm the bigger intimidating guy. You're right. I'm getting him. And
well, medium.
Yeah.
So
So
where are you guys gonna take him?
Initially to my house, and if he's still not willing to say anything, then we'll take him to the captain.
I think we should take him to the guild hall. There is something beyond our understanding involved here. Perhaps someone who has more knowledge of the weave can help us.
Alright, here's what I suggest. No, we do that like maximum once a month. Otherwise I die. I'll say to... Alright. you take him to the captain, explain what's going on, tell him to lock him up if necessary. If he needs a charge, tell him he hit me or something. I will go and get Urzadox and ask him to bring Juniper. Maybe she knows what's going on. And then I'll meet you at the guild hall. I don't know where we're coming in, from what direction there.
Yeah.
Is it from the north?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I carry him like a sack of potatoes through the town, to the city, until I get to the guild hall.
Before we get to the guild hall, knock on Urzadox's door and ask him if he'd do the... Urzadox, would you do me a favour? Something's wrong with Lachlan. There's a misty redhead bird who's in him's head or something. And we think she's communicating telepathically with him.
Urzadox, no in La Casa.
Oh. Bugger. Alright, I'll go and find Juniper. On my own.
Alright, so you go and you find Juniper. She's actually already at the guild hall because she is moving into the guild officers' quarters.
Okay. So, if Lo-Kag's with us and has got Lachlan over his shoulder, I'll say, Juniper, we need to talk to the captain. I would appreciate it if you would come with us. If you don't want him to talk, I'll gag him, but you need to hear what's going on.
Okay. And she follows you with a concerned look.
Most people follow Glaive with a concerned look, so he doesn't notice. And we go and find Brent.
Alright, so Commander Rend is in his office. And he is just finishing up giving orders to his right hand, a person by the name of Velen Shrike. And as Velen leaves, you enter the office.
So, Lo-Kag, put him down, and I'll do a salute and go, Captain, my captain, and all that shit. How are you?
Very well, Glaive. How are you? Why do you have Lachlan bound?
Oh, I haven't been arrested in a while, and I thought it would be good fun. No, in seriousness, something's going on. I went to his house, right, after Juniper told me that, they had split. I was concerned for Lachlan, and I went and found the dog that he loves above everything else, above everything else, other than Juniper, obviously, tied up and distressed. Lo-Kag went and had a look round the back whilst I kept Lachlan talking. He saw a beautiful, apparently, red-headed woman in his bed. His bed. Lachlan's bed. Anyway, he came back.
Juniper starts sobbing.
Oh, Juniper, don't worry.
Do I really have to do this?
No, it's not that. He's not sleeping with her. Well, not of his own will. No, that's getting dark. I mean, basically, I'm saying she is controlling him or threatening him telepathically in his head. And when we left the building, Dusk, his dog, started growling really nastily, and we saw a puff of silvery mist disappear, and we reckon it might have been a telepathic girl. I hope that made sense.
It does. Lachlan, is this true? Of course not. I don't know where they're getting these crazy claims.
Well, we both saw it with our eyes. And who are they going to believe? An upstanding member of the police constabulary, or you?
Obviously me.
Well, all right. Me, are you going to believe Lo-Kag or him?
I assure you, there was a strange woman. And he keeps on acting as if he's trying to listen to something that no one can hear. There is something strange. His dog is afraid of him. He tied up the poor thing outside. He is acting not as himself.
So does this silvery mist woman, or silvery mist, mean anything to you, Captain, my Captain?
Not right off the top of my head. I mean, it could be, but I'm not really sure. We should discuss this in front of him.
Okay. I suggest we lock...
Yeah, he calls for the guards. And then, take him to the guild hall servants' quarters and lock him in a room. Don't let him leave.
I would suggest a cell would be better. Because it's, like, stronger.
Well,
and you should
I
keep
mean...
the guards outside in case that silver fart comes in. So...
Sorry.
I just feel bad locking him in a cell. I mean, he hasn't really done anything wrong that we know of.
He punched Lo-Kag in the groin.
No, we didn't.
I saw it
I mean,
with
yes,
my
we
own
did.
eyes, and I would never lie to you.
There is something certainly wrong with him. I suggest that you keep watch over him. There's something. He may become dangerous.
One of you, post up outside his window. The other, post up at the door. No one comes in, and no one comes out.
And if you see a silvery mist, shout. First thing you do is shout. Don't engage it until you've shouted really loud. Alright?
Got it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll wait till he's taken away and then listen to what the captain has to say.
Alright, so as he's taken down the hallway, Commander Rend, he goes over to the door, he closes the doors, he comes back over to his desk, and he sits down, and he motions for you guys to get closer, and he says in a low voice, "This might be the work of demons. Or maybe the devil."
What?
Which devil?
I mean, under the influence of some strange, beautiful woman.
Yeah.
That happened to me before, too.
Oh, that's what you told the missus?
Well,
Sorry.
this was before the missus, actually. And I had a... Well, I have now this beautiful sword, and he brings it out. And he shows you this gorgeous, amazing Vorpal sword, which he has lovingly named the Great Sword of Destiny.
Dun, dun,
Oh, I love your sword. Can I have it?
No.
Oh, well.
And he takes it and he hangs it back up on the wall. And he says, "That's what she was after. She came, seduced me, stole my great sword of destiny, and I had to go through the 9 hells to get it back, literally."
Ooh, that's a long way. So what are they after from him, do you think?
I don't know. What does he have?
He's got a nice set of tools.
I mean, he's a carpenter who lives in the woods. Like,
Oh,
I don't understand what they want with him.
you don't think it's Juniper, do you? He's trying to get Juniper alone or something?
Well, I mean, I feel like if it were Juniper they were after, it would have been Juniper being, what's the word? Enticed.
Maybe Juniper was too strong? I don't know, but yeah, no, alright, that makes sense. So
Maybe.
maybe we should search his house? Why can't they just take what they want from him? No, if they're powerful like that.
Maybe it's not a physical possession. It's not a tangible object. Maybe what they require is something that he has within. Usually, like a soul?
Oh shit.
He does have a soul, doesn't he?
He's got soul.
And it used to be a particularly good soul before this influence came over him. And in my experience, the more virtuous the soul, the tastier it is for the demon consuming it.
Do they have to have permission to consume it? He hasn't signed anything or anything like that, has he?
Not yet, or the woman would not still be hanging around and Lachlan would be gone.
Well, how do we... Sorry, Lo-Kag, you go first, mate.
No, go ahead. Well, you cannot call this thing a woman if you say that it is a demon. I mean, what
Well,
do you
again,
know?
with the pronouns, if that's how she identifies, that's how she identifies. But you're right, we mustn't jump the gun. We should ask her her pronouns, or them their pronouns, rather.
What do we know of his past? Could he have a secret that they wish? Maybe there is something more than we're missing, more than the soul. The souls, maybe simple for them to gain. They could gain it from anyone. Why his soul?
Well, because he's a very good bloke, like the captain said. But, I mean, we could try and find her and ask her. Politely, of course. Sorry, them.
I do not think she will be easy to find. Maybe we need to search the home. Maybe there's something that we're missing there.
Maybe.
So while you're talking, you hear a loud scream ring out from down the hall towards the servants' quarters.
I leg it towards that place.
Yeah, I follow.
And I scream for every officer I can see, "Follow me!"
All right, you reach the servants' quarters to find the door to the room where you assume they put Lachlan to be busted kind of half off the hinges, and the guard that was standing at the door, his throat has been slit and he's laying in a pool of his own blood.
Oh,
I
that's
fucking
never
told
good.
you should have put him in a cell. Can you cure his wounds or anything, Lo-Kag?
No, I cannot,
Maybe-
son.
Okay.
I look down at him and I try and do a medicine roll to stabilize him.
Hello, sorry I'm so late, but
Oh,
It's alright, mate.
these things
That's
happen.
all right. Okay, real quick, you guys want to catch him up?
Kai, are you dying?
I cannot help him.
you drowned me
Okay.
when I was not here.
So we're back from after the wizardy thing,
Okay.
right? We've been training every day. Then we find Juniper crying. She says Lachlan's broken up with her. I immediately set off because he's my friend to find out what's happening. And confused I am. Lo-Kag doesn't think I can be trusted for some inexplicable reason, so he comes with me. Anthony's presumably in flagrante right now with his German lady. We went to the house, found he'd tied up his beloved wolf, which we didn't think he would do. Eventually he let us in after some bargaining. He said he just doesn't love her anymore, we didn't leave him. Lo-Kag went round the house whilst I was talking to him and saw a beautiful human lady, or human-looking lady, on the bed, redhead, and he came back and told me. I pretended I'd lost a chisel. I went into his bedroom. She wasn't under the bed or in the cupboard. We decided to knock him out. Well, not knock him out. Tie him up and take him with us. As we left, we saw a silvery mist precede us, which the dog was barking at. We've taken him to the guild hall. Told Rend what was going on. He thinks it might be a demon. He ordered him to be locked up in the cells. Sorry, not in the cells, in the servants' quarter, and watched. Then there was a big shouting, and we got there, and the door had been busted open off its hinges, and the guard had his throat cut, and that is where we are.
I'm glad to know I didn't miss very much.
No?
Okay.
Yep.
So the guard is on the floor. Lo-Kag is kneeling beside him.
Is he beyond healing, or is he dead? Dead?
I tried to heal him. Bad job.
Ah. Well, okay.
You do not detect breathing.
He's dead.
I get up and say, "This is why you put him in a cell." So, what do you know about finding demons? You went to hell. You must know how to track them down.
Track them down, not so much. I can't remember, there were items that we had to gather, and there was a portal that we had to open, the gate to hell, and I know there was a river, like it had all these souls in it, just gray and like moaning souls, this river, and we had to travel down this river.
This sounds terrible.
But honestly, a lot of it, I don't know if I block it out or if there's some magical reason why I don't remember, but you'll have to do some investigation and figure out how to open a gate to hell.
Oh well, just a normal Tuesday then. Okay, shall we go back to his house and see what we can find, like you suggested?
Yes.
Irthos know where gate to hell is. I think Leonardo lived there. Very smelly. Under city.
Oh look, Irthos is here. He must have heard the screaming. Thank God you're here, Irthos.
Irthos just sit here watching the whole time.
So sneaky.
Quietly skulking.
Right. I suggest that we go and get Dusk from Horatio's stable, take him with us, or her with us, so that hang on a minute, there's a wasp having a pop at me. Fuck off. There we go. Anyway, take him with us so that he can bark if he sees anything like that, and then go and have a look at look at where he lives, see if we can find any clues.
So where is Urzadox? Juniper is asking.
We think he's banging his German lady, but we're not sure.
I'm gonna go send him a message. And she goes to the birds and sends him a good feathers message.
That's right.
It says, "Come quick, we're going to hell."
Sorry, the person you're trying to contact cannot be reached at this time.
Guildhall.
Can you guys hear me? Oh, shit. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay. I said, the person you're trying to reach cannot be contacted at this time.
Oh man.
I'm, I guess, how long do you think it would take me to get out of the, kobold caves? Sure.
I'd say you've been digging this whole time, and you're digging the tunnel, right?
Yep.
All right, so I would say from the Kobold Cave, which is way out here on this hill, to the Guild Hall, I'd say you've probably dug your way underneath Blackwater Tavern right about now, so I'd say it'd be about 15 minutes to get back through the tunnel to the cave, and then about 20, 25 minutes to get to the Guild Hall.
Okay, so like 40 minutes it would take me to get back?
Yeah.
I tell one of my kobolds to respond to the message and tell them I'll be there in like 40 minutes at my house.
Okay.
I gather up my shit and start making my way back to my house.
Are you tunneling towards the kobolds, I assume?
I'm tunneling with the kobolds.
Under Blackwater?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Okay, so I come back. I'm a little dirty.
Ooh. You've been with your German lady? Up to... I look him up and down. Something?
No.
And Juniper is knocking at your door.
Hello,
Oh, he's
lady.
back at his house.
Hello, I'm glad you're here. Oh my goodness. So, do you have anyone who would know how to open a portal to hell? She says in her usual cheerful tone.
My grandmother's a pretty powerful druid. But you're a pretty powerful druid.
I don't know anything about hell or like the darkness or the dark magic. I'm, more about the animals and the light and the sunshine and, the happy things. I mean, I do know that there are some druids that dabble in the dark magic, but I was just never one of them.
Chey, can I make some sort of Arcana check to see if Urzadox is familiar enough with druid magic to make a suggestion?
Sure.
Can I help since I'm a druid?
Well, this is to see what he remembers, so I don't think
Okay.
that you would be able to help with his memories.
Fair point. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you would know.
Yeah, all I know is my grandmother's pretty powerful. But,
Well, it's worth asking. Maybe we could ask her, and I mean, that is if she wouldn't be too upset that, we're trying to go to hell.
yeah, she might not tell us.
Quite a conversation starter.
Yeah, she might not tell us just to protect me. So, I guess we can try to deceive my grandmother.
Maybe perhaps if we just tell her, if we go in alone without you and we tell her that you're just working at the shop. then she'll think this is what we're doing and that you are safe, and maybe she'll tell us.
My grandparents don't know you.
Well, I could say that I asked you and you sent me.
My grandmother is a trusting person, but my grandfather is not.
You see. Well, maybe we need to find someone with darker magic. Someone who maybe studies the arcane instead of, nature.
If you don't mind Irthos butting in, what about wizard we rescued?
The wizard. The wizard might know.
I'm not there, right? Or am I?
Oh, sorry.
When this all started.
I
don't
thought
know.
we
Would
all
you have
together.
gone with everybody to Urzadox's house? Because
Oh,
Urzadox
yeah.
said that you need there.
If
Probably.
everyone else was going home.
Yeah.
Sorry, I assumed you were all there. My apologies. If not, then
Yeah, apparently we are. I didn't know. So, okay. Yeah, we could try and find that wizard. He owes us.
He's in town,
Always
right?
looking at... Eh?
He's in town, right? We brought him back
Should be at the wizard tower. Yeah.
Oh, that's not it. Where the web is. Alright, well, there's no time to lose.
So he took over the tower where the web is? Shit.
I think it's his tower, anyway.
Yeah, the wizard tower.
Okay.
Where the web is.
Well, shall we go?
Yeah.
We're off to see the wizard. I couldn't resist.
No, I was thinking it the whole time. But you gotta pick. I gotta pick my moments because I do too much. I did pop by and take Dusk though. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, and on the way, I'll ask Irthos to have a word with Dusk and say, "Your master's in trouble. We are going to save him. Please trust us."
okay, I'll do that. I'll ritual cast, speak with animals, and do all that stuff.
Okay. And Dusk follows you happily and agrees with you that his master or that her master is in trouble, and thanks you for helping.
I ruffle him on the head.
Irthos is going to take issue with you ruffling him in the head.
In what form is he going to take issue? Oh, I meant the lovely wolf.
You said him.
And then I changed it to her immediately. Alright, I'll do it to you both when you won't feel left.
So you're
Alright, so ruffling whose scales?
Irthos.
Yeah, I'll ruffle your scales and say, feels like handbag.
Like when you shift sequence a different way, you know?
What, like one of those picture puzzles?
Irthos' scales used to be purple, now they're a little bit orange.
Back to the cabin.
No, we've
Oh, no.
decided to go and ask the wizard to be saved.
Ah, yes.
He knows how to get us to hell.
Ah, indeed.
Which is fine, because I mean, we were running away from a dragon, so why not take on the 9 layers of hell?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So we're here. Oh, where's the door? It's there, isn't it? Come on, let's go.
Down here.
trying to... Hang on, let me zoom out.
Right, let everyone go. I just lost everyone. Damn.
I can't move it out of the square, so do I drag it on from a different token? And square, that's a circle.
Yeah, she doesn't... Just leave the characters we have in the web there and just drag them onto the...
Oh, I deleted it. Am I in roughly the right place?
Yeah, you're like...
Where is everybody?
You see me?
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Gotcha.
I got him there.
What the hell happened?
Alright, hang on. I'll get the rest of you over there. Alright, so is that everybody? Okay, Lo-Kag, Urzadox, Irthos, Juniper.
It's all black for me. I can see my token, but it's all black.
It's dark outside.
You might need a torch.
So it's not really dark outside. You're just in a forest, and the
I have
wizard's
dark vision.
tower area is unusually dark.
Oh, there I am. I can't see anything. Yeah,
Alright. I'll go and bang
Need
on the
Zebby.
door.
I will need a torch.
Alright, so you bang on the door, and it creaks open slowly.
Why do wizards have to always be so creepy? I say, looking at Lo-Kag.
I'm not creepy.
Well, no, obviously you're the exception to the rule. Oh well, let's go in.
Torch.
You
I
gotta
still
use the
obviously.
macro for the torch guy.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Anthony. Yes, macro. There's a torch macro. Fuck. What the hell's a torch macro? Wait. Torch macro. Torch.
Click the torch and you should see light torch on the macro bar.
Okay, that's what I'm supposed to do. Sorry, Anthony. So I hit torch. Nope.
I've hit light torch. It's still black.
Yeah, I just had to reset the APIs.
Okay, wait. I found everyone. I'm gonna just move myself because I was just in the middle of nowhere. There you are.
Ah, awesome.
Yes. Okay. I now have torch. I can see.
Yes,
Did the wizard tell us his name?
the light's dancing
Sorry.
on the torch.
I don't remember.
Yep, nice dancing.
I think he did.
I never asked his name.
Yeah, maybe there wasn't time. Okay. Wizard! Wizard! Your saviors are here!
He comes down the stairs.
Ah, hello. Well, don't be rude. I said hello.
Oh, hello, my friends. Good to see you. Sorry, I forgot to push to talk.
That's all right. Yeah, good to see you too. We didn't catch your name last time.
Sorry, kid bumped the mouse and
That's all right.
gotta relaunch the game. Hang on.
Oh no. Oh Christ. Well.
My name is Henry.
Nice to see you again. We need to ask you about some information, if that is alright.
Sure, absolutely. How can I help?
You know Lachlan, carpenter, nice guy.
That's Juniper. You're, Juniper, that's your boyfriend, right?
Ooh.
Not anymore.
Oh, awkward. Yeah, best not.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Let's not worry about that now, Henry. Anyway, thing is, he's been, well, some sort of possessed or something. Like, there's a demon who's got in his head, or he's talking in his head, and, yeah, we need to get to hell. So, you know, a door?
Yes, we must figure out a way to get rid of this demon. So we have been said that we must travel to the very depths of hell itself to find the materials needed for this.
Urzadox is gonna say, demons live in the abyss.
Oh, was it a devil or a demon? I don't know these things.
Well, I guess the first step would be figuring out who this person is in service to, because they do have, there are these things called a succubus or an incubus, and these creatures are sometimes in service to either a devil, usually the devil Asmodeus, or the demon lord, I guess, Grazat, I think his name is, something weird. I can't really pronounce those demon names, they're so strange. But yeah, I guess the first step would be trying to figure out, you know, where this succubus is from and who it's in service to.
Well, we know she looks like, when she takes a human form, an attractive redhead lady, and we know that when she sort of puffs away, she looks like a silver mist.
Red is the color of rubies.
Yeah.
Ruby rod of Asmodeus.
Ooh.
I might just be spitballing here, and it might not be true, but I mean that's what I think of. Like, you know, he rules the 9 hells with ruby rod of Asmodeus, and you know.
Well, has he got an address?
The 9th layer of hell?
Alright. Can you get us there?
To the 9th layer of hell? Are you insane?
Well, yes, but maybe... Is that a bad thing? I look at Urzadox.
I don't want to visit any layer. I thought this was all figurative. But like, Urzadox, go to hell. You two, Glaive, fuck yourself. You know, something like that. You know.
No, I mean, think of it like this: we can get a sneak peek of what's in store for us when we die.
I'm not dying.
Well, that's not
Okay.
hell.
Where's Lo-Kag gone?
I'm outside with Irthos.
They're not coming in.
I presume we're all inside. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Here. Yeah. I presume Irthos inside also.
Well, maybe we don't go straight to the 9th layer if the 9th is the worst. Is there like a starter hell? Like a beginner's hell?
Well, I mean, you could always try and summon things to you.
Oh.
Maybe calling him out directly would be enough of a slap in the face to, to make him speak to you.
You suggest that we try and summon a prince of the underworld?
Summon the devil. Yes.
I have heard of such things amongst foolish human spellcasters. It does not work out well.
I mean, weavers.
Yes.
Drink.
Drink.
All right, Henry, can you help us summon this prick?
I might be able to do such a... It will take a lot of preparation, and I must prepare a room. We'd want to cover the walls of the entire room. Incantations to imprison it once we summon it. We don't want it to be here.
Okay. I need a bard.
Some time. I shall think on. Say, give me a week.
Mate, this is urgent. What we...
He is gone. Our friend is gone. He is taken over by some good people.
Maybe we can try.
The guild hall.
The succubus will play with him for a while. She'll toy with him, influence him to do things he wouldn't normally do. She will make him be mean to normally be mean to. She can communicate with him, like you said, in his head, and she doesn't really have a manner of control over him per se. She just kind of brings out his inner mean, if you get what I'm saying.
Oh, that's why he was being not nice. Because there's not much inner mean to work with. I get it. Or is there anything you need us to...
Lots of diamond dust.
Oh, we've got... Haven't we got that?
I'm gonna look at my inventory.
Probably should have...
Well, who took them?
We ought to. We can't carry everything, big medium man. Maybe Urzadox could.
I don't have diamond dust in my
Yeah.
inventory.
Yeah, I've got it.
Maybe you guys left it at the academy or the School of Necromancy.
No, I've got
I
it in my
actually
inventory.
don't remember you guys teleporting it all out or transporting it, or
Well, I've got
maybe in
diamond dust
somebody's
in my
bag of
inventory.
holding.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, right. I have got diamond dust in my inventory. So,
Okay.
that's presumably there for a reason. Has there been any other point at which we might have had diamond dust?
Well, I think there were some smaller bowls of diamond dust in some of the other rooms at the School of Necromancy.
Well, I don't know which it is. I just have one diamond dust.
So if the diamond dust was at the school, and Glaive has one item from the school, we could just teleport back there and grab as much of the shit we need.
Yeah.
Exactly. You could.
Okay. So we haven't got it here. Let's do that then. I produce the diamond dust and say, should we log on to the web? Oh, by the way, does anyone remember what that kind of puzzle thing was? It's maybe to do with an egg in this town that we couldn't really work out. Fish. Was there a fish thing?
Oh, no, wait, sorry. It was a chest of diamonds. 10,000.
Well, I definitely don't have that in my inventory.
Yeah, I don't think maybe anybody could have carried that out. I don't even remember how you... Oh, you guys used the web. That's
No,
right.
we did. I remember because we talked about how much it would weigh. I was doing calculations
Yeah.
as to the density of it and all this other crap. So
Okay,
I
so
now
that's just books.
remember us discussing it. So we have it somewhere for sure.
Well, maybe I put it in my inventory as diamond dust rather than put an actual useful description.
Of course, the problem is if we do need diamond dust, we're going to have to somehow make all those diamonds and diamond dust. Not so soon.
Well,
Oh, it is diamond dust. So it is probably the dust of one diamond, because it just says diamond dust.
Okay. So none of you put it on the inventory. Am I sounding bad to you? My audio?
No,
There's
you
some-
sound fine.
There's a
There's
weird
a
robotic
feedback.
echo going on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. I never get problems with that. Hang on, maybe I'll try this.
I don't think it's you. I think it's Chey. I don't think Shey's using a headset. So when she's talking and her microphone is picking up the speakers, it you know.
Right,
creates feedback.
okay.
Right, that's why I do push to talk.
Cool. So we haven't got enough dust, we know, but hang on, Lo-Kag, you said you did the calculations. Did you just forget to put it on your sheet, or did we not take it?
I don't, well, I mean, I remember we were discussing it. I remember I was saying, oh, how heavy is this? Can I pick it up? And somewhere I decided to look at, like, you know, the volume of the chest, and then
Yeah, I remember now.
the
'cause
density
you're
of diamonds. And those ridiculous calculations, yeah. I'm trying to find in the chat, but I'm having real trouble opening up the chat history. It's just not functioning. But I don't remember anything besides it just clicked to me that I remember doing some kind of calculations for this. And then we decided that we could just take it anyway. Like me and Urzadox could lift it and take it away. So I'm sure we took it with us.
Yeah, it's definitely physically possible for me to take the chest too, but I don't have a bag of holding anymore either. So
I mean, I have a bag of holding, but I don't think could it fit that much crate full of diamonds. I think that would have been a bit much, right? It probably would have gone over the weight.
probably could have just dumped the diamonds in your bag, you know, without the crate, you know.
Yeah, I mean, diamonds do have a mass, so eventually it would be heavy if it was an entire fucking crate of them.
Yeah, but I mean,
Gawking.
is it 500 pounds of diamonds? I mean, that's
I don't know.
very rich. That
Yeah,
could
yeah,
be
whatever.
And
millions.
diamonds are expensive. So, I mean, 10,000 gold worth of diamonds, I mean,
Yeah,
it
might not be that
seems
much.
like a lot.
It could
But when you consider that, like, a quarter carat diamond is worth 400 gold,
Sure.
I'm thinking in terms of dollars.
I just
you know.
because I think what it was is you said it was literally like a chest completely full of diamonds, and then I started calculating how much that would weigh. But then I think it's a question of how it's a certain value of
It-
diamonds.
it
So
could
yeah,
be
I could have
10
dumped that into
1,000 gold piece diamonds, you know. Or,
Yeah.
Or
yeah. If that's what
Or
it is, I could have
2,500
easily
gold
put
piece
it in my bag of holding. Yeah, no problem. That would have been
Can
in
you
my.
imagine if you dumped them all into the bag of holding, like hundreds of diamonds, and then the bag of holding would only let you take them out one at a time? That'd be annoying.
You'd be there forever.
Don't worry, darling, I saved some sand from the beach where we had our honeymoon. Put your hand in and go, here you go. Oh,
Oh. It's like sticking on your end of your finger. Oh, here's one. Nothing.
so we
By
need
the
to
time-
know whether we have it on.
I mean, if that was the deal, then yeah, we would have done. I mean, I have my bag of holding, so we could have dumped it in my bag of holding. It's
So
fine.
we need to crush it.
Yeah.
Is there? We can ask Mystic Melody if even if she doesn't, she can't do it herself. She might know some.
I think
I'll say to Henry.
a druid with transmute rock could crush the diamonds.
Juniper, can you transmute rock?
I do not know this spell.
Right. Well, let's go and find out. You can't do it, Henry. I presume you haven't got the old diamond dusting skill.
Presume
Okay, be right back.
Let's presume I would have kept 10,000 gold worth of diamonds in the guild bag for us, because I don't think it'd be smart carrying around in my bag of holding.
I don't see why you wouldn't take it. So we wouldn't have taken it, to be honest. So I presume that we would have found that.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just assume.
But then I only remembered it when you started talking about how you were doing the maths.
Yeah.
So, you were in your element.
It's a wizard spell. It's not a druid spell. God damn it. I know there's got to be something with druids being able to manipulate stone.
Wait, do you think adamantium could?
There is mold earth, but I don't think it actually covers diamond.
I have adamantine uniform. We could just rub it up and down on my uniform. Not uniform, armor.
Stone shape. Skin, stone shape. 4th level.
So adamantium wouldn't help.
Druid, cleric, wizard.
Can that crush diamonds though? I think.
You would put it in a bag and I crush you, lady, and just hit it with my quarterstaff. Would that work?
We need 2 more levels for
Yeah,
Irthos
I
to
keep
be
on trying to look
able
at the
to-
chat history, and Roll20 keeps on asking me to log back in. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's been doing that a lot recently. Asking me to log back in after I just do something. Did it yesterday actually.
Give me a new session. I'm looking for it. I just want to get to the chat history. Crap, but I can't show it on one page either. Because when I try and show it on one page, it kicks me out and it asks me to log back in. So I can't look at it.
If you
Let's
double
assume we
click
have it.
the chat, it gives you a long window. I just can't see whether it goes out, how far it goes.
Yeah, I've done that too, but it's asking me. I did that again, and it's asking me to sign in.
Oh, right.
It's a long window, right? The pop-up window. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I thought I was really clever for finding that. I did it by mistake though. Chat archive. Show on one page.
Try to do that. Just makes me bug out.
No, it's done that to me as well.
Yeah.
Well, look, I think we've got it, so there's no
Yeah.
need to worry about that.
Yeah, let's
need
just
to
let's
worry
assume
about
we have it.
writing it down.
Yeah, let's assume we have it. We talked about it. It would have been easy to take. It's we had all the tools to take it. Let's just assume
So-
we did.
Henry, do you know how to crush this stuff down? Or maybe where we should go next? Would Mystic Melody have an idea?
The guys downstairs can do it.
Oh. Brilliant. How much do you need?
I'm not quite sure. A lot. It's gonna take a lot to open a portal like this.
Well, I've got however much diamond dust I've got. He's got 10,000 worth of diamonds. But we don't know whether they're tiny diamonds or big diamonds. Hey, Lo-Kag, show him what diamonds.
And I have most of them in the guild bag, but I have one here in my bag of holding. When I go in and I grab one of the diamonds.
All right, so you pull out the diamond, and he turns it over in his hand, holds it up to the light, and kind of just looks at it, and he says, about 5 of these would do it.
Well, I have more of these back in the guild bag holdings.
And I hold out the diamond dust that I've got and say, I have no idea how much this diamond dust this is. How many...
I
can quickly ride back and get some more.
So with this diamond dust, we'll still need about 5 more. This is about a quarter of one, maybe? A quarter of one of these size?
Oh, almost wish I'd kept it now. Could have got pissed and snorted it. Keith Richards style.
I don't think his Chinese would have liked that.
No, he did snort his dad's ashes, though.
Yeah. At least it's less abrasive.
Can you guys hear me?
Should we go with you back to town, or do you want to go back on your own?
I can go back on my own. Perhaps if there's more things we need to. What more shall we need for this ritual?
Well, I will need to gather more magicians, more people who have knowledge of the arcane, and we will have to summon as a group to do this.
Well, then
Can
I will.
Lo-Kag help you? Oh, sorry.
I'm pointing to myself, and he's talking about spell, weave workers. Right here.
Great.
This guy.
Perfect. Yes. I will need to gather about, I'd say maybe 4 or 5 more casters, just to be safe.
I will spread the word at the guild hall, see if there are those who would wish to join.
Are you dealing with that, Henry?
Do they have to be arcane?
They don't have to be, but a knowledge of the arcane would be helpful.
I can cast Spiritual Guardians, which I keep forgetting about.
Because
Alright, well,
and
if
Juniper
you...
are casters as well.
Well, Henry, if you get the wizards together that you need, or the casters, bearing in time.
Would you happen to have any ruby dust?
No.
Well, we'll need to find some ruby dust.
I can't think of anywhere to find them. Maybe, Mystic Melody again?
How much ruby dust do you need?
Maybe the jeweler.
I didn't realise there was a jeweler.
Can you guys hear me?
How many rubies do you need?
God damn it.
Um,
Can you guys hear me?
Now I can, yeah.
Probably about 500 gold pieces worth.
Oof.
I have 200. I have a 200 gold piece ruby.
All right, we're part of the way there. Only 300 more.
I can add 29 gold to the pot, minus whatever I owe Anthony now, which is halved. So that is. Oh, I still owe you 225 GP.
Yeah.
Right. Well, maybe he'll let us work for it. Got a week.
I hold out the 6 gold pieces that I have and I go, this enough? This make up the remaining 400?
I have 4 650 gold piece opals that I might be able to trade for the ruby.
I've got some. Where is it? Black pearl, crushed black pearls. Might be able to trade that as well.
I believe the opals are 650 each, and I have 4 of them.
That'll do then.
So I can trade 1 for a 500 gold piece ruby. Or a little bit more.
Alright, so should we go to the jewelers, buy some rubies, get the diamonds? We can have those crushed in the jewelers. Save Henry some time. Is there anything else you need, Henry?
Not that I can think of at the moment. I'm gonna go ahead and start preparing. We're probably gonna want an outside space, so as soon as you could get me the diamond dust, I'll start making a circle to trap anything that we might summon inside the circle. We'll operate inside the circle trying to open the portal, and yeah, that way nothing that comes through it might get out.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help, Henry. I'll start leaving.
Okay.
All right, he goes and turns to get to work.
While they're doing that, could I perhaps go and find like a temple or a church and get like holy water, stuff like that? Holy oil.
Yes. So there is a temple just outside of town. There aren't really any churches inside town, as Blackwater is kind of a non-denominational kind of place where everybody's welcome.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh, maybe there are some clerics working for the guild. Maybe try there if you want, Irthos. See if there might be 1 or 2 that has some holy oil or something. If there's not, there's not.
Yeah. Dusting, just precaution. Irthos had stories about creatures like this. But yeah, go ahead with your diamond and ruby purchasing. That's more pertinent, I think.
Okay, so to the bank and then to the jeweler. Thanks. Hello?
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, sorry.
Shay, keep on.
Right, no, sorry, I was just...
Send me
wasn't
that
sure.
info later, Shay. It's fine. Let's just continue with the
Yes.
story.
Okay, so you go to the jeweler. We'll just go ahead and say that you trade your jewels for what you need. He remembers you guys from last time and actually gives you a pretty fair price this time, and even crushes up your diamonds for free.
Yay, yay. Crushing up the diamonds. Crusher, crusher. Crush that diamond.
Hey, Lo-Kag, did you see that jeweler? He did a really good job, mate.
Excellent.
Crushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the jeweler is a goblin.
Well.
What's he goblin? Hey.
Gobliny, gobliny.
I took one opal off my inventory. We only need a 500 ruby, right?
Yes.
So does it give me 150 gold pieces and change?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
I haven't used that before.
I'll give you my torches, Kai. My 10 torches.
I have a bunch of torches in my bag of holding. I just replenish from there.
Oh, okay.
I have like 22 torches in that bag of holding. So
Yeah, and I'm carrying like 13 too, so.
yeah,
Okay, so you guys don't need my torches.
yeah. So I'm cool for the moment. Thanks.
We don't need no stinking torches.
I'm just gonna drop the torches then.
Yeah. Well, okay. Oh right, I forgot about this. Yeah. Right.
Now we gotta wait a week after we get this guy's components.
Yes.
Better start training. Should we do a montage?
Great. Train. We're all like fighting each other.
Right.
I'm practicing shooting my crossbow at like dragon-shaped targets.
Da 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 da.
Irthos is standing there brushing his.
I was just playing 0 to Hero from Hercules.
Yeah. Irthos like chopping wood and doing pull-ups on the tree.
He's got the eye on the tiger.
Is he like practicing how to target things with his tail, right? Like slap.
Yeah.
Doing
Doesn't-
pull-ups with
doesn't-
his tail, yeah.
It doesn't look at all odd at the fact that he's actually wearing like boxer shorts that have the red, white, and blue stripes on them.
Well, hang on, is he French, Dutch, American, British?
Belgian, whichever you want.
Well, Belgian, no.
So over the course of the next week, you notice Lachlan, like, you see him here and there, like, around town, but Commander Wren does not want you to raise suspicion, so he asks that you guys just keep your eye on him and report back to him what he's doing.
So
I
he's
presume Urzadox and Lo-Kag are holding Glaive pack quite a lot in that.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's
I'd
free
let
and
you go,
walking
man.
around.
Go get him. Let's go kick his fucking
And
ass.
so you actually see him walking towards his cabin with the girl.
Uh-huh. So now we get to kill all of them, right?
Well, did Commander Wren say anything about murdering a succubus?
Yeah. Are we just supposed to like stake him out? Is this the idea? We just
Yep, just leave him alone and just stake him out. Let him do his thing. Report like behavior changes or like what his new friend is up to.
If we see him murdering someone, do we intervene or?
exactly. I was about to ask this.
Well, I'm sure if you see him murdering someone, yes, by all means you should intervene if you are a good character, not stand by and just let that happen. That would be against your nature.
Okay. But
So, Commander Wren... Oh, go on.
But
Go ahead.
you don't see him actually murdering anybody. And there was no evidence to suggest that the guard was actually murdered by him. So, which is why you guys are just keeping your eye on him. And so you notice this girl is hanging on his arm, whispering in his ear, and as he walks through the forest, he has this new demeanor about him that just, it's not the Lachlan that you guys know, and he just seems rude and uncaring.
Okay, you do know that if Glaive saw her, he would definitely run after her and try and kill her. I'm quite happy for him not to do that, but that is definitely what he would do, regardless of orders.
Alright,
He's
well,
chaotic
it's
Glaive.
up to you if you see her or not, but that is what they are doing. They are out about in town, walking around. She's, hanging out with him in public. Like, she's, all over him in public, always whispering in his ear.
If I think this is going to be a problem for Glaive to see, I'll suggest that he come in the tunnels with me and help me dig.
I suppose that's a form of training. Alright,
Okay.
I'll give you a hand.
It is, and helping get the tunnels done quicker.
How many hours would you say I was going to be digging a tunnel this week?
I don't know. They're really only ever out in the evening, like after dinner. So it's possible that you could infer that they go out to dinner and then, yeah, maybe 4 hours, 2 to 4 hours a day.
For what, 5 days? 4 days?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say 4 days.
That's not a week.
I'm going to present a bill to Urzadox for 14 gold an hour. Skills.
I hand it to the kobold that I say draconic, more kindling.
Kindling? Oh, is that draconic?
Yeah.
More kindling. Oh, are they going to pay it then?
No.
What? But it's an official invoice. I just wrote it on this napkin.
I understand. Very nice. Good job.
Does it?
I
So-
start pickaxing the rock in front of me.
Fine. And I start pickaxing too.
You have to have vision, friend.
Well, you basically. Well, that would have come to 225 gold exactly. So, damn it, you saw through my plan. Or Glaive's very clever plan, which he announced as making.
So, throughout this week, you have actually not seen Juniper at all.
Okay. Trouble.
Wonder where Juniper's been. Oh,
I've been.
shit, you don't think she's been taken? Do you think we should go up to his cabin and check out whether he's there? She's there?
I mean, we ask at the guild hall eventually, right? And we say, have we seen Lieutenant Juniper anywhere? Juniper, not Jupiter. Does anyone know?
No, we haven't seen her.
So should we go to the cabin and find out if done
Yes.
anything? Yeah.
Yes, we should.
I know I normally make the plans, but I think I'm a bit too emotionally attached to this one.
Well,
You know, I know you
I mean-
respect my plan making greatly as a Tabaxi man, but yeah, what should we do?
I mean, I ask around. I mean, I ask everyone in the hall. When was the last time anyone saw her?
The day she moved in.
This is not correct. Something is wrong.
How many days have gone by, Chey?
I'd say probably 4 days now.
I start heading for his lodgings.
Only a day.
Yeah, I will accompany Glaive, if only to make sure he doesn't do anything rash.
As if.
I mean,
I will
never.
also go.
I'll follow as well.
Okay.
Irthos. Something strange is happening. We must be prepared for the worst.
There he is. Get him.
Oh, whoops.
Ah,
Well,
yeah, he's fast.
Sick him.
Oh, we're on the map. Cool.
Sick 'em, boys. So the dog's there? Daisy.
We left with Sorcerer.
Dusk, yeah. Dusk isn't there anymore.
But it's not Orfina.
No, what happened to Orfina?
Yeah.
She's in
Yeah,
the-
what did happen to her?
She's chilling with the kobolds.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm going to knock on the door, I suppose.
I'm gonna look around.
That's
the
my
back.
level of subtlety.
Well, I
You see
wanted her
Glaive go to knock on the door.
create like a little, what do they call fucking a pack, so my kobolds could have mounts.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They were gonna have puppies.
Kobolds have puppies?
No, they were going to find another wolf for Wolfina. Too bad.
Huh?
And Urzadox. doesn't want Irthos to do it.
Maybe
Oh.
maybe it's a massive German.
Does it work that way?
Wolfenstein.
I don't know.
I don't know, but there was that one carousing night that didn't turn out too good.
You guys ever see the
Yeah.
Family Guy where they show Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy's actual child?
Yeah, I
No.
did. I remember that one.
No.
It's like a half frog, half pig, and it's just kicking in the crib, going, "Kill me now! I'm in constant pain."
Okay, so with expert subtlety,
Oh,
Glaive
wait, I
will
think I
turn
did.
up to the door. And he's holding his hand back as if he's going to knock on the door. And he knocks on the door if no one's stopping him. Lachlan! Lachlan! Suck you, bitch! Anyone in?
No answer.
I go, if the door's open, I'll walk in.
It is
Piggy,
locked.
I don't think.
I will not do that then. I will move aside and say, I think this is your field of fields. You know what I mean? Can you unpick it? Unlock it?
Oh yeah, of
No,
course I can unlock it.
Thank you.
Okay, so while he's trying, I have to type something to Lo-Kag really quick. Give me just.
Okay. Some like weird lizard wolf.
Hey, I don't think Muppet Babies do so well. Well.
All right. Hard, Jack. Chey, you there? Did we lose Chey?
I think she had to.
Hang on. Telling you what you see where you are on the map.
Should I use my thieves' tools?
All right. So then, right. So, do what am I gonna do?
Sorry, I'm continuing watching that video.
Yeah, that's a pretty good episode.
Yeah, I don't think any of these are gonna help.
Oh my god, that song.
Yeah. So then, I'm gonna have to do this then, if you want me to, because I'm gonna, from the shadows, Chey, I'm just gonna launch my crossbow, the crossbow bolt, right at her face.
In the window?
Yeah. I mean, is a window like open? Is it glass? Like, what is it?
There are wooden clapboard shutters.
Oh, so I'm kind of only just seeing this through the shutter. Okay, so then what I'm
Right.
going to do. All right, so then what I'm going to do instead is that I am going to and what is this? This is a just a somatic. Okay, so then I'm going to cast this at level 2. All right, and I'm going to find an object of 10 pounds in the room. All right, maybe even just a whatever I think possibly the bed, this table or whatever this is, and I'm going to, because it's just semantics, so I can do this quietly while I'm behind the thing. I'm going to launch it at her head. Right? That's exactly what's going to happen.
All right. So she needs to make a dex save.
Yeah. Wow. It's a fucking hell of a dex save. Say.
Yeah.
And okay. She does that, and then I scream I bellow super loud. She's in the bedroom. She's killing him. I'm sure that echoes throughout the valley.
Okay. Has Urzadox got the door open already, or do we need to get it down?
So what happens when you make the save?
So
does it just not hit her? Does it go
so it
like
doesn't hit her. Yeah, so it doesn't. It just she just jumps out of the way and it flies across the room and it smashes over here or something into a million pieces. Because basically she was able to evade the object from smashing into her.
Okay, so you picked up a vase that was filled with water, and it was a heavy ceramic vase.
Okay.
And you sent it flying towards her head, and she whipped around, moved out of the way just in time, turned to the window and hissed, and then you watch her transform into this catsuit wearing kind of demon looking spawn with these huge red leathery wings.
All right. That's it. So
everybody roll initiative.
I'm gonna have my free yeah, it's okay. So
Chey,
I can still
did I
see
get the
what
door
she's
open?
doing.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
God damn it.
Oh, where should I be on this map? Okay, I see him.
Did we forget you?
Yes.
Oh, that's weird.
Urzadox, you came with me. Okay, maybe you came with me.
I'll be in front. So.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I snuck around the back while you guys were messing around with things because I thought it might be helpful.
He knew where they were last time.
Yeah. I'd have seen this dastardly bitch before.
All right, Urzadox.
Okay, I'm gonna enter the house, and I'm just gonna barrel right through that door. So let me go back here and start my turn over again. 30 feet, then I'm gonna bonus action dash right through the door. Is it locked, Chey, or?
It is.
Okay, you want me to make an athletics check?
Okay. You busted off its hinges.
I'm gonna come over here, and then I'm gonna short bow that bitch in the face.
Okay.
Now my short bow isn't magical.
I'll kill that bitch.
Do I hit?
That hits.
Sneak applies because she's Harry and Lachlan, or whatever's going on between them two.
Okay.
And then I'm done.
So when you burst down the door, you see her pretty much over top of Lachlan. He is tied to the bed. He appears to be in agony. And she appears to be enjoying herself very much.
That's not how you do that. And I'm done.
I shout from the door. Remember the safe words, Lachlan!
All right, so she turns at you and she hisses. And she flaps her wings, kind of beats her wings as she turns around, and she is going to claw at you.
God damn it.
Fuck.
Yeah, that hits. Okay. Is that her only attack, Chey?
Yep, sorry, I had to do her hit points from your attack. All right, she's done. And Glaive.
Okay, Glaive will come here, and then... Hang on, I can't see the... Ah! Hang on.
So is she next to me now, Chey?
That's 30 feet.
Yes.
And I'm going to use my feline agility to move. Oh, just can't get within 10 feet. There. And then I'm going to do something or other. Next, if I get out my crossbow, I'll have to put it away again. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll remember something that I'd never and cast Spirit Guardians.
Woohoo.
But it's not a very high DC, so...
Still does a lot more than just the save, though. It creates difficult terrain for them. And
That's true.
nice.
Holy moly!
That's a fail.
I think she takes it on the start of her turn, does she? Can't remember. I haven't played Cleric for a while.
Crit misses only happen on attacks, Chey. Not on saves.
I just wanted to see what would happen.
Okay.
I don't get crit misses on attacks very often, so. They're usually just regular misses.
Call for if you are good in nature, if evil, the initiative does get any number of creatures. Creatures enter the area for the first time. I wouldn't say the area. The area kind of entered her. So, presume it's until her next turn. So I've used my action, my movement, and that is me. Oh, I'll put the radius up as well.
Okay, so what happens to her right now?
Nothing until her next turn.
Okay.
And then she takes 20-something, 23 damage. Radiant in this case.
You're sleeping?
Oh, shit. I was trying to put an aura up whilst talking. That's clever of me. I'm not the greatest multitasker. There we go.
All right. Irthos.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is the door closed? I can't see into the room.
Oh, sorry.
I busted that door off its hinges.
There you go.
Oh, okay, I can't see her anyway. I can only see Glaive.
Or is that a dark vision thing?
No, it's the doorway thing. So from where I'm at, I can only see. I guess I could stop there. That'll be 30 feet from me, and that's her, right? Can I
Right here?
use my? Yeah. Can I use my wand of webs?
Sure.
How does that work?
So I would imagine by now you've definitely attuned to it,
Yep.
and
What?
you would just
Um,
cast it. Like
yeah,
point your wand and
yeah. So DC 15 apparently.
That's the web radius.
okay.
Or web
And let's see, well, I gotta find a better button for my push to talk. Okay, so shit.
Sorry.
I can't scroll and talk at the same time because it makes my stuff bigger. All right, so I gotta go back. Oh, nope. I gotta put the web spell up. Hang on.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, difficult terrain. Each creature that starts its turn in the web or enters them during its turn must make a dex saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is restrained as long as it remains in the web or until it breaks free.
There's another little part in there about fire.
So the webs are flammable. Any 5-foot cube of webs exposed to fire burns away in one round, dealing 2d4 fire damage to any creature that starts its turn in the fire. Okay. So when she starts her turn, she has to make a dex save?
No, when I cast it, I think.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep. Makes it.
All right.
So,
Okay.
Okay. I am going to. So she's caught in the web. Is she caught in the web?
No. She made her say.
There's web around her though. It's difficult terrain.
Okay. Then I am going to item interaction. I'm going to grab my wand of binding, and then I am going to cast that. Wow. I guess yes. And use one charge for my wand of binding.
Okay. Fuck.
Bang. She is paralyzed.
That means my attack is a crit if I connect. Can you guys hear me?
Okay.
If I connect, it's a crit.
Yep. So Lo-Kag, is that it for you? Just
yeah, and
paralyze her?
Yes, and I'm going to yeah, because I can do all this, I guess, if you don't mind, if I can do this keep on doing this through the slats, unless of the window. Otherwise, if you want me to open the shutter, I will open the shutter. It's up to you. I will do that as my. I don't know if that's something you will still want me to do, but I presume I can do all this by pointing the wand through the shutters and doing it because I'm keeping behind.
Yeah. The
what's it
shutters
called?
are open. There's enough room between the slats for you to see. It's like probably,
Gotcha. Okay.
I'd say 2-inch
Yep.
slats, probably.
That's fine. Then that's what I do. That's it. That's my action.
Okay.
To make sure Urzadox gets his attack off.
All right, so I'm gonna attack this thing, and if I connect, it's a crit, and it should be at advantage.
Smasher.
Okay.
Smasher.
Oh,
So
you.
we can
Yeah, you
double
crit.
that, or I can roll more die if you want me to.
Smasher.
So is that the piercing plus the sneak
attack.
both doubled, or?
Yeah, because it's at advantage, it gets doubled.
Okay, so the piercing damage would just be 14 because she isn't pierced very easily. Oh, magical rapier, it is +1. Damn. All right, so that's 28 plus 24. Damn.
Then I'm gonna.
All right, so she lets out a terrifying shriek that sounds kind of like a pterodactyl. Like,
And she immediately takes 23 points of damage.
and with her last breath, as she disappears in a puff of black and red smoke, she says, Asmodeus will have your heads for this.
You know that bitch.
And she is dead.
Oh, wait, tell me your pronouns!
Them or us.
Ah, thank you! Right, so I'm going to run straight over. Are we in initiative still?
Nope, she's gone.
Okay. I am going to run straight over to Lachlan and see if he's all right. Is he conscious?
He is conscious. His breathing is labored. And he is rubbing his head like he has the worst headache he's ever had in his entire life. And he looks up at all of you with great shame.
I've seen that look before. Not on me. Are you ashamed?
I am. I don't know what came over me.
Well,
Juniper, I hurt her.
A succubus came over you several times by the look of what was going on when you came in. But also, she got in your head telepathically. So you have nothing to be ashamed of. Juniper will understand.
She won't. I've ruined it. I've messed things up.
She's been trying to help you for a week.
She's
if
moved
she
on
really
already.
Oi, shut it, big man.
What?
I growl at him and say he's dicking about. Don't worry about it. She's been helping us. You'll be fine, mate. But do you know what they wanted from you? Why you?
I don't know. I mean, I don't have anything.
Well, I doubt that's the last we've heard of them, but... Maybe we should take you into the guild hall, or into the White Gilded Lily. Get you some rest down there if you don't want to stay here, or one of us can go and get Juniper and bring her here.
Nobody knows where Juniper is.
Yes.
Oh shit! That's why we came here. Yeah.
So, yeah, looking around the room, you see that there are little blood spatters around the room. And you notice that a trail of blood splatters actually leads to the bedside table.
Oh, no.
This one. Or that one.
Yes. The one by you, Glaive.
I will go over and open the bedside table, look under the bedside table, do whatever you do.
Inside the bedside table, you find a piece of parchment rolled up in a scroll. And it appears to have a bit of blood on it, and yeah. Do you unroll it and have a look?
I do.
All right, so what languages do you speak?
Common and Dwarvish, I think.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I don't think anybody speaks this, but the letter is written in a strange language, and at the bottom it has a line and a big red X and 2 drops of blood.
Just an X. It doesn't say Juniper or anything.
No, it's just an X, and on the line where one would sign their name, there is 2 drops of blood.
Lachlan, do you know anyone called X?
No?
How do you sign your name? Just ask. No reason.
Like this. And he goes and he picks up a quill and he signs Lachlan in a fancy script.
Oh, well, Juniper's must be just as nice, because she can read and write, can't she?
Of course she can.
I knew that. Okay, and I'm going to go, just stay there for a minute, and I'm going to show Urzadox. Where's he? Oh, he's still outside. You can come in, Irthos, if you want. Up to you. I found this. It looks like not good language. Looks like bad language. Maybe we should take it to the wizard and see if he recognises it or can translate it.
Probably nothing I understand, right, Chey?
What languages do you speak?
Common, Draconic, Giant, Goblin, Thieves' Cant, and Undercommon.
That's a
No,
lot.
it is nothing you understand.
Look at you, the polyglot.
Yeah, I speak Giant. And Dwarven, I think it's going to help.
Okay, I'm going to go back to Lachlan and say, right, I'm about to tell you something, and you're not going to like it. But we came here because we were worried that the Succubus had taken Juniper. She's gone missing.
Yes.
Now, you can react emotionally, or you can stop your whining and help us find her. What do you want to do?
Of course we have to find her.
Well, get your stuff and let's go then.
Chey, I've got one more question. With
Okay.
this document that we found, with my knowledge of it being a guild merchant, would I recognize an invoice or a?
Well, you definitely would
contract?
recognise an invoice.
It looks like a contract.
Okay.
Oh, now he starts recognising official documents. Didn't accept my invoice.
The layout is a contract, but you can't read the words.
Yeah.
Well, we better take this to the wizard. see if he can translate it. And maybe we can let Rend know to put the word out for Juniper away. Hello?
Alright, so
We have to find her.
Okay, so we will fast travel this, kind of. So you guys go to the wizard. You take this document to the wizard. He tells you that it is indeed a contract, and it's written in Infernal.
You can't tell who signed it, I'm guessing.
Actually, it has not been signed. There are droplets of blood on it, but that's not necessarily binding, as, you know, the person has to be willing to sign such a contract. And it is a contract of service to Asmodeus. In return, he would have been willing to grant exceptional power.
I sign it.
It has Lachlan's name at the top.
You scratch out his name
Yeah,
and put in.
I erase that shit. Right in Urzadox.
You guys witness this for you. Hey, wizard, do you know a notary?
Notary?
Yeah, my friend here wants to sell his soul. You know, I think we need an official thing.
I think Asmodeus has to be willing as well.
See, not even the Archdevil wants you. Hey.
That's a big mistake. His loss.
Right.
Alright, let's take 5 right here, because I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay. I'm gonna go and get a drink, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I'm back.
I think everybody's going to get a drink too, so.
That's fine.
All good where you're at, Chey?
I'm sorry?
How are you doing where you're at? It's under lockdown as well, right?
Yeah, kind of. It's, I don't know. I'm way out in the country, like in the middle of a cornfield. So really, there's not much to do when we're not in quarantine.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty much everything is closed except for, the grocery stores and the Walmart that's like a half hour away.
Yeah, Singapore's getting there as well.
You guys closed, Adam. Your airport's closed down for international travel for about a year, isn't it?
No, not for a year. We've closed up. We've closed one airport, but it's not because of the COVID thing. It's just the air travel's dropped so drastically, and they were doing renovations anyway. So they decided just to shut it down for 18 months to focus on the renovations and try and expedite it.
Okay.
That was the rationale for it. What we are doing in terms of the COVID thing is we're converting like our open air stadiums and things like that into holding locations.
Mm.
Yeah, but the last week has been rough here. I mean, proportionally, right? I mean, we can't compare to how bad the US is having it, but I think we've kind of hit the point where we're getting like 200 cases a day now.
Okay. Yeah.
That paralyzed condition really fucked that succubus up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lo-Kag to the rescue once again.
Lo-Kag's going to be the next one visited by a succubus.
Sign it.
Get back to the weave, you! Back to the weave with you!
Go Lo-Kag, MVP.
What's
Medium value player.
So what the hell would Asmodeus want with Auckland's soul?
That's a good question.
If they run, I suppose the carpenters are normally quite good people, so they may have a short hell.
Wait, he's been tempted by the devil? He's a carpenter? He's Jesus Christ.
I just thought that too. That's funny.
Yeah. I don't know what it want with his soul, really.
We need to interrogate Laughlin. Bring out
Need
the
to-
pliers and the hot irons.
Need to find Juniper as well.
He's not telling us something.
That's right. I would just believe him, but I also personally didn't think of doing an inside check either.
We have to find Juniper. She has to be somewhere.
Well, he's with us.
No, Juniper. Juniper's not with us,
Oh
right?
yeah. Lachlan, do you have any idea where Juniper might go?
Well, there is a spot in the woods, kind of a sanctuary that she goes to sometimes, in her wild shape.
Well, maybe we should head there. And you're certain you don't know any reason why Asmodeus would want soul, specifically you?
I mean, I never knew my father.
Oh my god, it is
Maybe it has
Jesus!
something to do with him?
He is Jesus!
It is almost Easter.
Yeah.
Was your mother
Oh.
a virgin?
Yeah, of course not. Would she have given birth?
You're right. In this
Peculiar.
town of Tabaxi, half-giant people, and whatever Irthos is, that would be weird.
That's because it happened in a manger in Tabaxi land.
We don't have cribs in Tabaxi now.
So
Right,
lazy.
well, we got to find Juniper, and we got to find out about your old man then, is that right?
I mean, we gotta find Juniper. I mean, my father might not have anything to do with this. I mean, I don't even know who the guy is.
Well, things are looking a bit curious now. I think we can't ignore the fact that perhaps your father is involved in all this somehow. Whoever he is, there must be a reason why the powers of darkness want your soul.
First things first, we have to find Juniper. Let's go.
Yeah, take us.
So he leads you off into the woods, and you come to like there's a part of the forest where the trees kind of have this low-hanging moss, and it seems really private and beautiful. There are these like fireflies buzzing about, and like you hear strange noises, like almost like a child's laughter.
Juniper swinging from one of the branches.
And Lachlan parts a curtain of low-hanging moss, and you enter into a kind of grove. It's not really a cave, but it's like a beautiful grove. There's a little lake. It's gorgeous, and there's like a little altar in the middle, where you would assume, some prayer would happen. It looks like a prayer spot.
Okay.
You do notice as you walk around that there appears to have been a lot of foot travel here recently.
Lachlan, is it normal for this foot travel?
No, Juniper's the only one who knows about this place. I mean, she told that other druid that came into town a while back with with the animals and the hunting traps and whatnot, but he's been gone for quite a long time now, so.
Well, he is a druid, so he's probably dead. But Irthos, could you tell what creature these tracks belong to?
Am I able to test that out?
Go ahead and roll survival.
Okay. 21.
Yeah, they look like hooves. Like, not horse hooves, but like, maybe a goat. But strangely, you only see, like, it seems like the goat would have been walking on, like, 2 legs instead of 4.
Strange. 2-legged goat, it does think.
Are you being serious or satirical?
Not satirical.
Okay. Well, does anyone know two-legged? Do you have two-legged goats in Blackwater, Lachlan?
No.
Maybe have you bred them because they're easier to catch? Or no? Okay. Well, maybe we should follow their tracks. Do they lead anywhere?
Strangely enough, Irthos, when you look at them, it seems they walk up to the altar, and then there's a couple of blood drops around, and then they just disappear.
Maybe they've gone to an alternative universe.
I'm gonna pan that idea.
Well, maybe it's the blood. Maybe if we drop some...
It does think maybe not wisest thing to do to follow this where it went.
What do you think, Lachlan? Should we leave Juniper for dead?
Well, when you put it like that.
Well, I'm not going to give up on her.
You do notice off to the side that there are a couple of items on the ground. You can't really make out what they are. Off to like the right of the altar.
Can I take? All right. So we've looked at them, yes. So we can see them. So then I can try and investigate them and see if I can figure out what they might be. Or does anyone else want to take a look?
I wouldn't mind knowing what they look like first. See if Lachlan recognises them. Are they like earrings or is it magical?
Nope. When Lachlan looks at it, he says, "That's Juniper's. She was here." And he says, "Those are her body drawing supplies. You know those drawings she has on her body?
Oh, tattoos.
She uses this special quill to ink them on herself."
Ah. When you said body drawing, I thought it was like a piece of chalk.
Well, what's the name of that stuff the Indians draw on their hands?
Henna.
Henna.
Henna, yeah.
Henna, yeah.
Is it like henna? Or is it more permanent, like tattoos?
It's like henna.
Okay.
Well, we know she's been here. Those tracks lead to the hall. You ready, Lachlan?
Where do we go?
Let's try the altar. I mean, if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But we can't leave her, can we?
Absolutely not.
I will cut my hand until it bleeds. Paw, or whatever I have. Hand. And then I will slap it down on the altar.
Okay, so what are you using to cut your hand?
I think I've got a dagger.
Okay, go ahead and roll your dagger attack for damage.
Just the damage, yeah?
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I could hit my own hand. But I will do 2 damage to myself.
No modifier.
You want me to add a modifier to myself?
No, that's fine. You're controlling it. It's not like somebody's attacking you.
Okay. Yeah, and then I'll slap my hand down on the altar.
Alright, so as you slap your hand down on the altar with the blood, the altar starts to glow. And you hear a voice above you.
Uh-oh.
And it's speaking a language you don't understand.
Speak common, you prick.
Lachlan's ears perk up. And he looks like he's listening intently.
Uh-oh.
What's he saying, Lachlan? Remember, you can't be trusted.
They have her.
And
Who
they
has
want
her?
you in return.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them why they want you.
Who's they?
Well, the Asmodeus people, I imagine.
I don't know. This
Yes.
is more fey in nature. Oh, it's Asmodeus, huh?
He knew that we would come here looking for her.
But why does he want you?
I don't know. I can't speak Infernal. I don't even know how I understand it.
This is trouble.
Well,
Well,
how do I get there?
How do you get where?
They can have me.
No.
No, they can't. We'll get there on our own.
Sign the
Work
paper.
some. Don't.
Sign the paper.
You're literally the devil's advocate. We're working on it. We'll get you both safe.
Do not listen. Do not be tempted.
Urzadox.
I'll do anything to save Juniper.
The contract, winking. Poor thing at the line.
he takes a look. He takes a look at the contract, and he.
I rip it apart.
Hey!
I told you we're gonna get her back. What do you think she would feel if she knew you gave her your life for her? She wouldn't be able to live with herself. Now leave this prick alone. He's obviously a devil or something, and I don't know about you, but I've heard nasty things about him.
I love you guys.
Come on, let's get out of here and continue our plan, which, as a devil, he won't know about because he can't see into this plane anytime he wants. Definitely.
Okay.
For once, I sort of agree with Glaive. You cannot do
Glaive
this.
But if I sign the paper, then Juniper's free.
You don't know that.
What?
Maybe they'll renege.
And why? Why do they wish for you, your soul? Don't you understand? There must be something greater than both either you or her. Perhaps there is some great power that they will achieve, some control. You will put other people in danger. No, you must not do this. You must act with honor. You are part of a community. You are part of a tribe. You must think not for yourself.
Yeah, what if we get Juniper back and then they destroy the whole town? She won't be able to live with it, and neither will you.
We'll try it your way. But if it comes down to it, I would trade my life for hers.
I respect that.
That
Let's
we may
go.
have. Yeah. Yes.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No. I will say nothing.
Well, how are we ready for wizard time? Is it?
Wizard time.
was
It's
a day,
been
right?
about 4 days.
Bum, 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 bum.
And they said like a week. Were they talking like a business week? 5 days? Or
Yeah,
a
well,
full
it was
7?
like it was like 4 days from the time like you guys gave the stuff to the wizard to the time that Lachlan was like palling around town with the girl, and then maybe it's like nearing the end of the 4th day now.
I go back digging.
And well, so we believe it's 7 days. He meant.
If it goes by
Yeah,
actual
give or take.
Faerun time, the weeks are broken up into something called a 10-day.
But this is not Faerun.
It's not.
So maybe the planet's smaller and it's only 4 days. Or 3 days and we're late. Shit.
No.
Well, we can go to the wizards and see how they get it on. We can either G them up or they can, tell us, at least let us stay there until it's ready.
I will continue digging.
All right, so you continue digging for a few days, or not a few days, for maybe a couple more days, whatever. And everything seems kind of sad without Juniper around.
Mm.
But there haven't been any other strange happenings around town. You haven't noticed any demons or any more winged creatures like trying to suck the life out of people. All in all, it's been pretty quiet as you guys have continued to train.
I mean, while this happens, I mean, can I start like looking at the great library in the guild hall, I suppose, or within the town? And I'm going to try and get as much information as I can about, the devils and demons. I'm also going to try and maybe hang out with, the little wizard, Henry, sorry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, so that I can maybe glean some information from him. Perhaps he can start teaching me new spells.
All right, yeah. So, yeah, I think we're just gonna leave it right here so I can plan something bigger for next time.
Okay.
I know this session wasn't very long, but right before you guys head back to the wizard, so you guys are all training. By the end of next session, hopefully you guys will be leveling up again. And I know that's kind of quick because you just leveled up not too long ago, but yeah, I'm hoping to plan something a lot bigger for next session. So hopefully you guys can play a little bit longer next Saturday, just in case things run over.
I can only play till 7:30 now. From so
okay.
half an hour from now.
Maybe
I
we
got
can
invited
start
to do
earlier.
that Twitch stream.
Maybe we could start earlier.
Oh yeah, that's cool for me.
I could start at like 9.
Well, that would be like 10 in the morning for me.
An hour and a half earlier.
Half hour earlier. Yeah.
Or a half hour earlier, whatever.
Yeah, we said like 11.
So that would
Yep.
be 10 o'clock for me.
9 o'clock for me.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're central, not. Yeah, central. Chey. Yes. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. So it's 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which would be 11 o'clock for me, which is a half hour earlier than now. That would be fine.
Yeah, I mean whatever. I can always do earlier. I just I've got that new thing at 8 o'clock every week now.
Gotcha.
So would that be
Until it lasts,
9:30?
anyway.
Would that be 9:30 Eastern Standard? Is that how you're looking at, or is it 9?
We can change the time in Roll20, and that'll
Adjust for everybody.
Yeah,
change for everybody.
it's just a half hour. So we're just looking for a half hour earlier, right?
Yeah, it's like a half hour earlier.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
it.
I'll change that for my game next week also.
Let me
Just to make sure we
do that
I don't
now
forget.
so you guys can see that. We're playing on the 25th, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it should be saved for everyone's time.
Yay.
Cool. So next week we obviously we're in Ravenloft. Starting normal time.
I guess no. I guess do we want to do this then? Is that our new Saturday gaming time? Is 11 o'clock? I mean, it would be 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So a
Yeah,
half hour
Charles.
earlier.
It doesn't have to be if you don't want to start earlier. I just wanted to start a little bit earlier next week because I would like to plan for a longer, like, bigger encounter.
Well, Charles can
okay.
only play from 2:30 now, right? Charles, you
I
can
can I can play from 3:30 anytime. So I can play from the normal time.
Yeah.
And for 4 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Every week, I made sure that I'd at least get 4 hours out of it, and that gives me half an hour to prep for the next game. If you want to start earlier than that, then I can do 4.5 hours, 5 hours, whatever you need. But yeah, it's up to you guys as well. If you don't want to move it, then I can always.
We're ultimately shaving
4
an
hours
hour from our usual game time then.
How long do we normally play? 5 hours?
We usually play one more hour beyond this. 3 o'clock is usually when we stop my time.
Yeah, which would be 4
Okay,
o'clock.
so we'd be shaving half an hour. Because I can play till 7:30, so for another half hour from now.
All right, so
every week.
We'll give 11. Then I'll move mine half an hour earlier next week, and let's see how
All
so
right,
for now
9
it's
a.m.
I handle that.
So that will still give us 5 hours from the start.
4.5.
Yeah.
Sure. 5:36.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It works out. That's fine.
4.5. Yeah.
We'll officially.
Which is fine.
We'll start at 11. I'm definitely not an early riser on Saturdays, but we'll see what I will give it a shot.
Yeah, usually because I'm late is I'm going somewhere to get myself breakfast. So I have to eat
Yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah, I
Same.
I have nowhere to go get breakfast now, really.
I got a coffee roll and a large iced coffee at Dunkin' Donuts.
Hey, nice. I usually had
Yum.
a big food fair across the street from me for the antiques fair. Like there's like a bunch of area full of food kiosks, but of course there's none of that happening. So